And we are live.
Yes, sir.
So
Hmm.
here's a it's kind of a question that I'm going to ask now, but it's going to link back to a conversation that we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
Desiree was good.
Desiree, what's happening?
What's up with you? What's up with you? So the question is, how what does it take for you to understand or recognize that what you're doing is wrong?
You say how long does it take for you to recognize that?
Yeah.
Um, Most of the time it should be. You get a feeling in your gut, you get that unction, as they say. So it really is kind of instantly, at least a lot of times for me. Like, and you're talking about something you shouldn't be doing as far as, kind of give me an example if you can fill me in.
So let's say, and this is a terrible example, but let's just say drinking pop.
Drinking pop. Is it wrong to drink pop though?
No, like at what point do you realize that you probably should drink this as infrequently as possible, if at all?
I think once you start learning, uh, kind or sometimes it's with your body too. So your body will let you know as far as shit you might have. Some people break out. They may have some type of allergic reaction. Never know why you always itching. um, and just kind of the more you learn, like you hear different things on the internet and different people talk about it. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
What you got?
Um, I think it's very. Desiree said I usually know when I do it. He said, "Dang, I'm drinking a Pepsi now."
Yeah, I mean, pop and stuff like that. I guess that's. But I'm thinking you're talking about something more. You okay doing drugs or some shit like that.
Okay, let's just say racism.
Something that's racism.
I don't know if you know your camera's off, which is cool if it's on purpose, but I don't know if you
Yeah,
know.
it's on purpose. I'm kind of doing something.
All right. So racism, like there are people who are racist who think that it is acceptable to be racist. But how would they
Well,
know that people can think whatever they want to think, they can believe whatever they want to believe. They're right in their individual beliefs, but objectively, how would they know that racism and the practice of it is wrong? How would they learn that?
I mean, to me, the whole idea of racism is, I mean, for one, it's mean, right? I mean, just for lack of any better term, that's just mean, right? So, I mean, just humanly, you would know you being basically, I mean, like I said, for lack of a better term, you know that you're being mean to somebody just because of their skin color,
Mm.
right?
I don't know. I mean, because I think thinking back to the conversation we had before about the whites only community
Uh,
that's being put together. Some people are approaching it from a standpoint of racism, as in black people are beneath me or people that aren't white are beneath us. And there are some people, of course, there's multiple different practices, but some people are genuinely thinking like, I want my people to be with my people. I want to procreate and be around my people. But some people are saying like, yeah, the people outside of us, they shouldn't be near us. So how will those people know? Because there are some people. I seen a video, actually. It was an old lady, and it was an old lady, and it was I assume it was a young dude because he was recording. He didn't show his face. He was trying to go fishing, and the older lady was. and I'm talking like she's decrepit old, telling him that he doesn't belong there.
And so are you saying she doesn't know?
Well, I'm saying, like, how would she know that she's wrong in her thought process of thinking that he shouldn't be able to fish where he was solely because he was black? Because they say the older you get, the more you get stuck in your ways.
Okay. I mean, if that was a white person, would she have done the same thing?
Based on how I wish I maybe it's probably
I
somewhere
know the
around.
video. I know the video you're talking about. He was at an HOA and he was
Oh.
fishing in a pond.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to figure out if all things were even.
That's my question.
Would she had done the same thing? And I think a lot of times, more than likely, probably 8 times, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna say anything.
Right.
So I think that you do know, right? And I think that a lot of times a person, like, you have to check yourself, right? And be like, you know what, I'm only doing this because this person is black, or I'm only doing this because of right. You ever been walking down the street and you see somebody that kind of look, a little I don't want to say disheveled, but they look, I don't know, they might look threatening,
Mm.
right? They just say they're black, they look threatening. Are you going across the street? What you gonna do?
If they walk across the street?
No, I'm saying if they're approaching you and you're walking in their direction, they look threatening, kind of threatening. I mean, they haven't done anything to you, but they look threatening. You can kind of gauge that from where you're at. Would you cross the street? What would you do?
There's been times I've done that.
Okay, and they're black.
Oh, it's different people.
Different people. So you've seen like threatening looking white people, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna cross the street.
Yeah, like when I see if they're walking with their head down, right, and they're walking and they've got the heavy, thick goth clothes on, wearing all black and black makeup or something like that. Oh no, this person. Let me just gracefully cross the street.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I think again, just kind of going back to your original question, I think a person does know they're being racist. I mean, I don't see no way around it, or not. That wasn't the original question. The original question is, how do somebody know that they were doing something wrong?
Right. How do they know? How will they know? Because I think some people know right off the bat, like y'all were saying, but other people I think they think they're right in doing their wrong.
I think that's the issue, is that a lot of times people, you do wrong for so long, you're starting to think it's right. Or you've never been corrected. So it could be, where you're doing something wrong. Like, say, for instance, you've been on a job and you kind of learned you saw somebody, maybe they taught you a specific way, but it's the wrong way. And you've always been doing it this way. And then maybe you had a manager or supervisor come along and tell you, you know what, you're doing it wrong. Now you kind of feel offended that they're telling you that you're doing it wrong. It's kind of like that. So it could be, again, racism and things like that, because we did bring racism into it. Those are learned traits, right? And if you've always been around that and you think that's acceptable, then you probably think you're right.
Okay. That pertains to a particular conversation that we're going to have later.
Okay.
But I want to get your thoughts on this, because so apparently